partners and families, you're the ones that have the toughest job, while your partners go out and do the exciting stuff, and you're left at home wondering what's going on and what's happening, and is my partner or my mum or my dad safe, and are they secure? And thank you for coming, because without your support, they couldn't do what they do and what they do so well. I appreciate that. I know that there's a cost in what you do supporting your partner. Members, well, one of the joys of my job is the opportunity to come to nights like this and recognise the important work you do. I haven't met a single firefighter that joined up to get a medal, and I haven't met a single one who is doing it for awards or rewards of that sort of thing, because we don't do it for that, and we're not here for that. However, the medal, the Long Service Medal and the Premier Citation are a small token in and of themselves of the esteem in which the people of New South Wales hold you for the work you do. Most people are not prepared to put on a uniform and put themselves in harm's way to save other people. Most people are not prepared to make tough decisions in chaotic times and be answerable for that when there's a lot of armchair critics who could have done it better. So for that service, thank you. A little aside, but I just want to talk about a mate that I had, a very close mate, who was also in the Australian SAS. And as you can imagine, he had a chest full of medals, about this many. And I said, his name's Cliff, and I said, Cliffy, which one means the most to you, mate? And the one that he picked out, to my surprise, was his Defence Long Service Medal. And he had 3 bars on it because he'd been in for about 45 years. And I said to him, why this one? You've got all these others, campaign medals, gallantry awards, all this sort of stuff. He said, no, they were medals for doing the job. I was sent away to do the job, and I did the job. All they are is I'm qualified and competent at my job. That's what they mean. This one, you can only get it through hard work and blood, sweat and tears for 45 years. So that was the one that meant the most to him. And it was an awakening moment for me, I suppose, and it reinforces the value of the Long Service Medals that we're giving out today. On the Premier Citation, the 2019-25 season was awful. It was 8 months where the fire service was stretched about as hard as you could stretch it. We managed to keep going, and we managed to have sustained activities for about 8 months. For 5 months we had 3,000 volunteer firefighters in the field, day in, day out for 5 months, and that's extraordinary. That's volunteer firefighters, that's extraordinary. The combined efforts of you that are getting your citation today, and your peers, but also with our sister agencies in the National Parks and State Forests and the like, coming along, working together with one goal to protect the state was extraordinary. So thank you for the work that you've done, and I'm sure without stealing your thunder, Dougal, the Premier thought you'd done such a good job that it was worthy of minting a special token of recognition. And I think it's important to recognise that and to thank you.
As Tim mentioned, the Premier Citation is about giving that recognition for such an amazing job that people did as volunteers through that 1925 season. Thankfully, and touch wood, it's been a much better time, and we hope that continues. But the work that we know you do as volunteers is incredible. We're here to recognise the work that you put into that fire season, but also the continual work you do. You've got a great facility here. It's a really great community feeling facility. And when you look around a place and engage with a brigade like this, you've got young people and families and graduating through the years, which is fantastic. And that's the way a community brigade should be. tonight we'll be recognising some pretty special people for long service as well. And when you think about, you know, back in the days how things were compared to now, I had a quick chat to our two longest serving members before we came in, Greg and Ron. And I remember as a young fella, you know, you'd end up on the fire ground with your dad and a bit of Hessian sack, and he'd be wearing a knapsack, and you know, things like that don't happen anymore. But these men, and in some cases women as well, who have served for such a long time, have huge experience, huge knowledge about how things have worked in the past. And again, a successful community brigade keeps them around, learns from them, and takes them forward with modern ways. So from my perspective, it's great to be able to be here and recognise the job that you do as volunteers. It's not a paid job, we know that, we know it takes time out of your lives, but again, it's a great community thing to be part of. So well done. I'm looking forward to congratulating officially the people that are receiving long service medals or clasps tonight. Thank you for everything you do. And although Ron and Greg, I know, are both very humble, these awards are extremely rare for this amount of service. So you should all be extremely proud of these two gentlemen. So another round of applause.